Good morning, everyone. Welcome back into North Dakota Today. With kids heading back to school, Dr. Hansen is here to give us some tips on how to keep your kids healthy and thriving. But before we get into that, actually, we were chit-chatting during the commercial break, and Dr. Hansen is a mushroom enthusiast as well.
Oh, I'm like fangirling here, totally.
Yeah.
This was really fun for me to see these guys and see them up close and meet them.
Absolutely, and you do some foraging as well, too.
Yeah, so we grow some mushrooms at our house, but we also really like to forage as well.
Sorry, I'm just like so excited about all of this. It's like a whole new world of mushrooms is opening up to me this morning. So this is really exciting, but we can get back on topic. So back to school is right around the corner. How important is prioritizing things like sleep, exercise, and nutrition?
Well, I think that's just the basics for life, right? Not just at back to school time, but all year round. It's important for kids. It's important for us. It helps your physical health. It helps your mental health. It's just something we should all be doing.
Absolutely. And I know that back to school time also means time for a lot of vaccinations.
Yeah, depending on the age of your child, they may be due for vaccinations. And so pay attention to your guidelines for the state that you live in. But typically we also recommend both those routine vaccinations and then an annual flu shot.
Absolutely. And just how important is that? I mean, you're back to school with a whole bunch of different people that maybe you weren't seeing during the summer in close proximity. How important is that?
Yeah, you know, cold and flu season kind of starts in that fall time or into winter. Vaccination is the best way we know to help protect against some of those preventable infections.
Absolutely. What about checkups? I know a lot of kids are getting physicals right now. How important are those checkups as well?
Yeah, if you haven't had your sports physical yet, it's definitely time to get in for that, especially if you're playing a fall sport. But just those regular annual checkups are important too, to monitor your child's growth and development, and maybe to talk about any concerns you have related to your child and their health.
Absolutely. Are there any other tips for parents that you would really like to share?
Yeah. I always say you're the expert on your child, and if there are things that are happening that seem out of character or seem different, they're more withdrawn, they're more irritable, that's a time to ask a question, you know, could my child be having some issues with their mental health? But the basic things, just to help kind of set them off on the right foot, start working on that back to school bedtime. You know, kids need more sleep than we really realize they do, so really pay attention to that. Eating family meals together is a great way not only to protect their physical health, but also have that family feeling and support their mental health. And then screen time.
Yep.
I always talk about screen time, but it really is important. Our kids really, many of them have their own devices these days or utilize a shared device within the family. We want to make sure that those screens are not present in the bedroom and that they're turning them off at least an hour before bedtime so that they can get that good rest they need to be having a great day.
Absolutely. I think I need to realize that tip as well. I definitely have been kind of lazy on that one, but I like how you brought up mental health a few times. Is this something that you see shifting during back to school? You know, any time of change or transition can be a time for kids where their mental health might suffer a little bit. You know, it is a really exciting time to go back to school. We want to see our friends again. You know, it's that feeling of who's my teacher going to be. But particularly if your child has struggled in school or if they, you know, really struggle with mental health in general, that can be a rough time for them. Absolutely. And you also mentioned cold and flu season. It seems unbelievable that that's right around the corner. Do you have any tips on how to prevent? You know, I worked in the urgent care this week and I definitely saw a lot of coughing kids. So it's out there. Good hand washing, getting regular exercise, good nutrition and sleep. Those are the basics of infection prevention, but then getting vaccines as well. Absolutely. So how can people find out more information or maybe schedule an appointment with you? Yeah, so they can check on sanfordhealth.org or they can call our scheduling number 234-3620. Wonderful. Is there anything else you'd like to share with our audience? No, I just hope everyone has a great back to school year. And again, if there's something about your child's health that's concerning you, reach out to their doctor and have a discussion about it. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Hansen. We always love having you on. All right, coming up on today's show, local pet shelters around the country are facing overcrowding and stretched resources. We need to figure out how to help up next.